Hey, Mom. So here's going to be a few exercises of things you can do. These exercises will help you with your endurance. And the important thing is with all of these, I would suggest to do somewhere between 15 to 20 repetitions to start off with. At any time you do these exercises and they're hurting your joints or they don't feel enough, reach back out to me and we'll re-examine some things and we'll figure out new exercises. I split it into 3 days. So you have 3 separate exercises. So day 1, day 2, day 3. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and you repeat day 1 on Thursday. So Monday and Thursdays, Tuesday, Fridays, Wednesdays, Saturdays, Sundays, just purely rest. Or playing with grandkids or whatever. So the first one, each day is also going to try to work out every part of your body. So your shoulders, your arms, your core, and then your legs. The first day, there's about 7 to 8 exercises. And so the first exercise on day 1, this is just a 5 pound. I don't know where your strength is. And so I would suggest starting with a 2 pounder or nothing and just seeing where you go. Start light the first week or 2, and then if you need to, you can build it up. But if you go too heavy, you're going to strain your muscles too soon, and then it's going to be harder for you to work out since you're just getting into this habit. So I'd suggest just starting light, maybe not even use any weights. So this one's going to work on your anterior deltoid, and you're just going to do about 20 of these. And when you do it, go from, by your hip all the way up. All the way up to there. You don't want to stop here. There's a thing called range of motion, and that's your joints can go a whole wide of degrees, and you want to go the full range of motion. So go all the way up and then back down. A common mistake a lot of people do too is you just throw it up and come down. We're not about speed, we're about quality of the exercise. And so go slow up and go slow down. I would recommend each one to be about 2 seconds roughly. And so do that about 20 times. And going down, you also want to make sure you go slow. So that's the first exercise. Do it right shoulder, do it left shoulder. Day 1. Second exercise. I don't have a TheraBand, so the best thing I have, or a band that you use, a resistant band is what a lot of people call them. So I have a jump rope. What you want to do is put your elbow at 90, and then you want to keep your elbow tucked in, and you want to go in. You want to have your band to be resisted up against a wall or something anchored to a ground. However you have it, however you can get it is great. If you want to hook it up to a chair and have Ethan sit on it or Dad sit on it or whatever, whatever you can do to create that resistance, that's great. And then you just go back out slowly and then come back. Okay. And then to switch, so you go in with it. That's the motion. That's the resistance is going in. And then to switch, you would go out with it and then back in and then out. And that's going to work on a few muscles kind of in your back and your scapula as well. So there's your first 3 exercises. Do it right arm and left arm. Now, a lot of people, when they do bicep curls, they usually have their palms facing up. With bicep curls, there's a lot of different muscles that go into it. And so every day you're going to do some sort of bicep curl. The first day, you're going to have your palms facing in. And so, where'd that weight go? So you're going to have a weight, and you're going to have your palm in with the weight kind of like this. If your weight's like this, you're going to do, that's day 1. And then day 2 and day 3 will be down. And they all work and isolate different muscles. And so I would suggest doing about 20 of these. And with each day, you want to do somewhere between 15 to 20 reps and 3 to 5 sets. Now, I understand you're just starting to work out If you can only do 10 of something, that's fine. Don't over stretch yourself, don't over harm yourself. If you can only do one set of it, that's fine. The important thing is to start the exercise. And we don't want, soreness is good, but over soreness is gonna hurt, especially since you're doing it every day for a week and then only have 1 day of rest. So if you don't feel it on day 1 or day 2, that's okay. And you still have day 3, day 4, day 5, day 6, when you will feel the soreness. So that's the second one. Palm in, elbow at 90, go all the way down, all the way up. And sometimes there'll be movement at the shoulder. That's okay. Your main bicep also connects to the shoulder and it helps your shoulder go up a little bit. The next movement, this one is going to work on your abs. And what we'll do is you'll lay on your back. I like to put my hands right here underneath. Your back ideally should arch where the lumbar are, and then just lift your legs up a little bit and hold that. If that gets hard, I know for me I haven't worked out, so it's kind of hard. One thing you can do is bend your knees and just lift it up like this. This will do the same thing. It's just a little easier and it's less resistance. And do this for about 20 to 30 seconds ideally. So there's that. That's really going to work on your abs. And if you don't feel it day 1, that's okay. If you feel it too much, the closer your legs can come in and higher up, the easier it will become on your abs. So there's 2 more exercises. 3 more exercises. These are going to become your legs. Hip abduction. So you have a few options. Option 1 is you can lay on your side and you can just lift your leg up, back down, up, down. That's one exercise, which gets outside muscles. To get the inside muscles, have your leg back and just lift it up, down, up, down. Sometimes it helps if you put a pillow here. It just helps with your bone pushing against the concrete. So that's just more comfort. And so that's exercise 2. That gets the inside muscles. So outside, inside. If those exercises are hurt or don't work or you can't do them, what you can do with a TheraBand is have the TheraBand wrapped around your leg somehow, and then have it here, and then go out and in. Hey, buddy. Out, and that's going to work on your outside muscles. Same thing. If you want to work on the inside of your muscles, the resistance over there, and you have it wrapped around your leg, step out. And this is where it's nice to help stabilize. Hold something. You can hold it here, put your foot kind of back, and go in front. And this will work on the inside muscles. So that's your second option. That's the second option for those 2 muscles, inside and outside muscles. You have 2 separate options, whichever is easiest for you. The last one, I would suggest doing the same thing. This is going to work on your hamstrings. And when you do it, have your TheraBand here, and then stabilize, and then just go back. But right here's the resistance. So you go back and forward. It's obviously it's hard to show when I don't have a real TheraBand and when I'm trying to adjust the camera on the computer. So that's day 1. If any of it seems too much, if it is too much, there's about eight exercises on each day. And if it becomes too much, then what we'll do is Monday and Thursdays, we'll separate them. So instead of just three different exercises, we will create 6 different exercises. We'll cut them down to 4 exercises a day instead of 8 exercises a day. One important thing is the doctor's having you work on activity, tolerance, or endurance. And for this, it's not just going to come in a minute or 2 minutes. And so you really need to be exercising somewhere between 30 minutes to an hour to start off. So right now, I would just suggest 30 minutes to an hour. If you can't do 30 minutes, just understand getting into the habit and starting the exercise is the very best thing. It's like reading a scripture. I often tell a lot of people, if you cannot read a full chapter or 2 chapters or 3, whatever, and if you only have limited time, the important thing is just to read one scripture, just one passage, because creating that habit is a really important thing. So this was day 1. I will create 2 more videos and give you day 2 and day 3 of these exercises.